Hello! Right, my Chronomancer is bonkers. Just gonna do this map. It's a pretty harsh map, tier 15. Monsters have lots of life, they do lots of damage, and I have Temporal Rift and Blink. I'm playing with Fireball, a single cast on minion death, and to have enough spirit for Blink, I have one of these chests. They have an implicit spirit and the prefix spirit. The sockets are still empty. I'm just trying to fix my gear. I'm waiting to buy an item. My Comet is only 5 link. You only need one Comet. You don't need 2 casts on that. The interaction between Temporal Rift, it's super OP with Blink. If you are ever in trouble, if you see that your mana drops too much, you just go back, you restore your mana. It's an excellent mechanic to restore mana. See now, that was fuck down the damage. Temporal Rift, back to full HP. That was a shrine. Make sure you have a stun charm. See, if you see your mana, if your mana disappears like that, just Temporal Rift. I only use one button. And the map is complete. And this is not a take where I just go and it's one of the takes where I don't die, you just don't die with this. The EHP is massive, so I have all the mobs are permanently frozen pretty much. And the control you have, it's massive, this build. This is best map to do by far. It's a best by the crits or any maps with walls are so easy to do. But yeah, it's super fun. And once we have the time stop, I just need to do my last points. It's gonna be amazing. Okay, so the tree, just gonna go over it. First thing that you want are the recoup nodes, and then you go to temporal rift, and then we will go to time freeze. Okay, the skill gems, temporal rift on its own, nothing I can add to it. I'm using Comet with impetus, spell echo, and inspiration. If you can afford the 6 socket, you can add the spell cascade. You will have lower damage, but you will clear super fast. You do have to remove spell echo on bosses, and there is the other energy refund node which would proc even more comets, 25% more comets. It's pretty good. Orb of Storm, you can use it if you want some, but our mana regen is massive. We have so many mana regen nodes, and we have mana recouped, damage taken. We have this, so damage taken recouped as mana. That helps a lot. This node is crucial. Speed of recoup. So we have almost 80% of damage taken recouped as life over 3 seconds. That is super fast. No dot could kill us. No bleed, no poison. That is not an issue. You just don't die from those. Blink. I use it. Cannibalism. It's OP on mapping. It will just fully restore all your life. Fist for cooldown recovery and clarity. Everyone uses clarity. You can use Eye of Winters. I sometimes just use one on bosses, just for the crit debuff. You just cast one. I do have the flame wall just in case. Sometimes there are evasive monsters and your fireball will just pass through them and not actually hit them for some reason, or their model is too thin. Okay, so the skill gems and fireball, scattershot, ignition, mobility, and arcane tempo for cast speed. The cast speed on Fireball is awful. It's super slow and you do need to get some cast speed. Try to get some cast speed wherever you can. You can either have it on your focus and yeah, I'm just gonna go over my gear pretty quick. The mod of damage as extra anything, it's super strong. You do want some mana, plus 3 to cold or plus 4 if you can find one, but you do want some cast speed on the wand. This wand is worthless, it costs almost nothing. The most important thing, if you can't get on wand, if you map to fix your mana issues, you do need at least 30 mana per enemy killed. You can either get it on gloves, on rings, or on wand. Super important stat. Otherwise, I went for hybrid gear. Hybrid gear is the best because we do want prefix of life and mana, and we also want life and spirit on this. So the best value, it's armor and energy shield. We do use Eldritch Battery, because I need an efficient way to path down here, and this is super worth it. For a hybrid, it gives us like 400 mana. We have like 80 from here, 138, another 50, which can get even a better focus with some energy shield. And yeah, it's super worth it. Hybrid gear, it's super good because it also gives us, we also have like 19% fizz reduction. It helps, it helps. It will get better if you get a better belt with like 200 armor. This belt is bad, I'm just gonna change it. So yeah, we almost never use our flask. We only use our flask on bosses. So this is what makes the build super comfy because we don't use the flask. We just don't run out of mana because you just reset it with Temporal Rift. You just reset your mana, but your mana recoup is insane. It's super high. I'm just gonna get this, another jewel socket, and get another one of these crazy jewels. You do want, these jewels are crazy, like either spell or trigger damage or elemental damage or cold damage, but you do want the damage taken recouped as life and damage taken from mana before life. That is how we achieve, I have at the moment about 42% of damage taken as mana. So yeah, that is pretty good. Pretty much all of our mana is added to our life, so it's like we have 4k life equivalent, which is pretty good. It's pretty good because it regens super fast. It will recoup almost instantly back to full. So only only one shots will kill you. But it's really really comfy. This is super good. The Comets will always freeze enemies really high. It's like you really notice on bosses the damage that this node does. It's really good. All the trigger nodes for energy, because it's worth going all the way here because of how efficient and how important the jewel sockets are. They are just OP. So I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 jewel socket, and I will get the 8th one. That's how good they are. They are amazing. So yeah, these nodes super important. This one is too far away. Oh, on this build, the Fireflower build. I already explained in the previous video the tech around it. So you don't have an amulet. You don't have any stats on the amulet because you have this necromantic talisman. So we use low level, lowest level, level 4 summon raging spirits. So you just summon them with a fire spell. One fireball will summon 10 of them. They all die and they proc way too many. Lots of comments. You can also use firewall if you prefer to use them, but firewall only does 5 at a time. So yeah. I'm not sure how much Fireflower is now. Uh, yeah, really, the stats on Fireflower don't matter. Uh, so I explained before that if you anoint, even if you get no bonuses from Amulet whatsoever, you do get the anoint. And this anoint is super good. Mental Perseverance, 10% of damage taken from mana before life. It's essential. It's the best node that we can get. I looked around for different ones further away, as you could technically path to this one and get it manually. You just get some mana regen, but it's not worth it. There are better nodes. Like if once we are here next to the jewel socket, I'm just gonna go maybe in some crit, or maybe get these nodes back that I respect. Yeah, they are pretty good. This one. It's just gonna helps you freeze bosses more often, and that is also helpful. But that is a preference. I think the crit one at this point are more useful. Comet does have a decent, without having any crit on the tree. You still have 23%, 24% crit, which is not bad. And if I have winter, that's another 10%. It's decent. It's not bad. So yeah, the gear, hybrid gear with life and mana. Gear got so expensive these days. Boots with life and mana, and the focus, it's very flexible. You can just get it with mana and some spell power or +1 to spells, or any resist that you need, mana regen. You can get cast speed. Cast speed is amazing. More cast speed you have, better the build feels. However, you notice that when you just clear the map, you just don't need cast Fireball too often. It's just enough. It's okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Really super fun build. Uh, I I am farming the ultimatum, no problem. 10 all 10 stages. However, I only done the trial master once and I failed at 40%. I just done was my own mistake. My gear was worse. I just like got one tapped. But now my gear is better and I just need to farm these again. You need to do 3 ultimatum, 10 stages to get 3 different keys and do the trial master. Once I do the trial master, I will post a video. Yeah, so cast speed is super important. Try to get some cast speed. Obviously, now it's easier to do your resistances. They changed some stuff, and you need like 20% less to all resistance. They lowered the penalty. The game also with this patch became easier. 40% less crit damage on mobs, and pretty much whatever kill. They nerfed the volatiles. They removed the chaos crystals that were exploding for tons of damage. So now the game, this character is even more immortal. But it's fun. It's just fun. The blink plus temporal rift. This skill is fun. I use it a lot in PoE 1. In PoE 1 reserves 10% of your mana. It's a very underused aura. And it's a skill that I always loved. It works same. It just turns time back with 4 seconds. It's also really good for mobility when you go into corners, but there is in PoE with so little mobility, This skill, you go around the corner, a bunch of mobs, you are in the shit, you just press it and you are back. You just go other way. It's really good. So I'm gonna update the mobility with this tree. I really looked as much how to optimize it, and I looked at all the other comets, including the comets with like free custom death custom minion death. You don't need that. You don't need that. That is just a waste of mana, and their comets to their average hit is super low. Like what you just need one hard hitting comet. There is a support gem that if I add, it adds like 25% more, or I can use the energy one to proc 25% more comments once I get the sixth link. Yeah, we can add some crit. Really, the sixth loss is really, if you can even, if you want more damage, I can like remove inspiration, and the price, the mana cost goes way too high. It's not worth it because you do need the mana to protect you from damage also. But just if you want big numbers, you can work around in a different way. So yeah. Really, if you have a Chronomancer and you don't know what skills to play, this build, you just escape to the nerfs, and it's just amazing. Just amazing. You need to wear all the auras like I do. You need 27. You need 74 spirit. Yeah. Yeah. No, 75 spirit. You need a total of 75 spirit on the chest. And this is the base expert shaman mantle, so you just look for something with life and some resistances and some stats. The chest is not expensive. This one in particular I paid like 20x or something. I think I paid actually 30x, something like that. Not a lot, very cheap. For some reason people don't like the hybrids. They either go pure energy shield or they go pure armor. But in our case, I done the calculations, and going pure energy shield, it's not worth it. Just to get more mana. It's the armor, the hybrid is still the best value for with the physical reduction, and I done the math with the percentages and stuff. So yeah. Trust me, this is the best way. Yeah, so I'm gonna do the trial master later. I'm tired now. I'm gonna post a video, and it should be easy. The proc rate on comets on certain bosses is more difficult. Like in Trial of Sekima, for some reason, some mobs just it's like there is some bug or something. You can't consistently, even on the rare mobs, when you hit them, they are not, even if they have an ignite on them, they are not considered ignited, and the interaction with the amulet just doesn't work properly, and you you have to use firewall. That's why I have firewall. When you have a mob or a boss that just doesn't want the interaction. Yeah, the comet speed with firewall is not as high as fireball. Fireball is still amazing. And smaller the map, more amazing it is. Higher number the mobs, better it is. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Take care and have fun.